What I still practice to this day is I wake up to no alarm. So I wake up naturally. I also have windows in my room that are not blocked from the light. So there is an element of natural daylight that also comes in that engages in when I wake up. But I will wake up, and then upon waking up, sitting next to my bed, I'll have 500 milliliters of water. And I will sit on the edge of my bed, literally just kind of pivot from where I'm sleeping, put my feet over the edge, plant my feet solidly on the ground, and then I'll start drinking my 200 mill or my 500 milliliters of water, not in any kind of rush, but in a fashion that is intended to hydrate, not a fashion that is intended to just sip away at water. And during that period of time, I will just sit in a comfortable position. It's very similar to transcendental meditation. And then I will close my eyes. I'll cross my fingers so that I have connection from left hand to right hand. That's a physical connection, kind of a closed circuit of the body. And then I will repeat a mantra in my head that was given to me when I learned transcendental meditation. And then I'll just essentially practice that transcendental mantra and constantly trying to push it further back and further back into my conscious mind. And it's through that process that I will start to see what thoughts are dominant against the mantra. And that kind of helps me see what my mind is subconsciously stewing on and what those priorities are to me. And oftentimes I'll find myself thinking about, a deep problem at work or in the business, or a deep problem in the family, or deep concern for a family member. But it gives me a chance to kind of connect at a very deep level with what is sitting on my brain, both conscious and subconscious.
I think that's a critically important statement that you made, assessing the thoughts that arise against the mantra, the thoughts that are powerful enough to seem important enough to overpower that mantra. Are you then doing any type of writing afterwards or during in a journal to capture those thoughts?
Correct. Yeah. And then I have a very light journaling process. I am not good at journaling, and I am incredibly jealous of people who are good at journaling. And again, I'm using a values-based judgment, right, to decide this. But when I journal, I don't journal in detail. I don't journal in full sentences. I kind of journal in fragments. So I'll write down whatever is at the top of my mind, right? The baby got sick last night, or I'm worried about my grandmother's health right now, or the business needs a new marketing strategy for Q3, or whatever else it might be. I'll journal in fragments. But then what it gives me a chance to do is by the end of the week, I can review the fragments of the week, and I'll start to see the true anchor points. And which of these are consistent patterns? Exactly.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Okay. So you have this meditation component and these journals. I'm assuming you just kind of save them and come back to them or review them at a certain point.
I'll actually translate my written journals into dashboards, like Excel dashboards, that I can then categorize and sort over time. So I think I have somewhere, 370 or so lines of journal entries that I can then draw from for the entire year.
Yeah, it's basically working in the process of integration from an analytical standpoint, which is smart versus just having a bunch of random thoughts that you never come back to.